Hey everybody, PJ back with another exotic car hacks video, and today the bug is finally home. So she's home, but she's only gone out one time, and you may have wondered why you have yet to see a review, where two key reasons. One, if we actually head over here, at the time I actually bought this bug, you will notice that the tires are at their marker, which means that tires are going to be needed like yesterday. So unfortunately, a lot of people don't actually know this about Bugattis, and some people may do that because they've been following the Veyron for a while. Tires are quite expensive because they're specifically built for the Bugatti, so you can't really buy them on Tire Rack. You can't just order them off the cuff and just have them here in 2 days. The tires are Michelin's. They're rated for basically 300 miles an hour, and as a matter of for that particular reason, they have to be ordered and then they come in. Now, contrary to the Veyron, which was the previous car before the Chiron, tire packages were as high as 40,000, and you could get away with as low as 29,000 for the set. The Chiron, on the other hand, is a much better concept. It's a very Audi-fied car, so these tires can be mounted and balanced just about anywhere. The tire itself is what does the work, and so the set of tires for the Chiron is just about $9,000. So all said and done, you're paying about $10,000 for the tires installed on the car. Now, these rear tires are shot and the fronts are dry rotted. This car is now about 3 years old, and so for that reason, these tires need to be changed prior to going fast with the car. That is just the way the thing works. But one other thing that's interesting about these tires is that once you actually put them on, if you get a nail in them or anything, you really can't patch it. So it's not really one of those cars that you can say, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and patch the tire and go on. One of the things most Bugatti owners do is they take their factory wheels and tires and they park them aside and do a custom set of tires and wheels in order during the time they're going to drive it. And that is exactly what we intend to do today. We have ordered a set of HRE wheels that are going to be going on this car, and they are triple black chrome. So it's going to be interesting to see how that looks. We're going to go ahead and basically use factory tire sizes with a set of Michelin PS4s instead of this 300 mile per hour rated tire, which is basically going to be the same tire we have here on the SVJ that is going to go right here on the Chiron. But we're going to add a different set of wheels so that once we get a new set of tires later this week, we will mount them on this car, except we will take the wheels and tires off entirely and put them aside for when it's time to actually get rid of the car, or if we needed to go in for service so we can put the factory stuff together. But until then, we're going to primarily use this new set of HREs and hope that it came out as good as they looked in the picture. So super excited to be putting these wheels on the car and see how far we can take the design of this car. Now, if you followed us last video, you saw me picking up this car. Very, very interesting and beautiful spec of a car with the pearl white, it's called Glacier White, but it has a very distinct blue pearl in it. And in addition to that, you see the blue calipers and the blue stitching brings it all together very subtly, but in a very rich manner. So it works really well. Now, in the photos, you may not also have noticed that the bottom of the car, all this black all around the car, may seem like it is a two-tone car from black and white, but it is really transparent black, which means that you can see the carbon when looking really close, but it's a very dark carbon, so it's not really obvious from far, and it gives a look of basically having a stormtrooper look, but really it is exposed carbon and it's truly striking. My first impressions, just driving a little bit, I couldn't really go that fast, is that, you know, it's actually funny that my Bentley is back there. It feels very much like the Bentley GT. And I know it's a very weird statement to make because you would expect me to say, well, it's like a Ferrari, it's like a Lamborghini. It really feels like that. And I want to point out something. Look at how wide both cars are. They almost look like they're built on the same chassis. That's a very large car in context to like a Ferrari or anything else next to it would be very tiny. That's a very, very large car. So for that reason, between the Bugatti, you know, and that particular car, they really seem to share the chassis, which I don't think that's accurate or not, but I'm just saying they just look like they're very significant in size. And this car has a very V12 like heavy feel to it, but it's got a lot of power. So once you put it in Autobahn mode and you start getting on it, you start to really feel like the power curve in a dramatic way, versus this one you don't. That's still a very fast car, but this one you really feel the engine like ramping up and about to propel you into the next fucking dimension, versus this one is more like, hey, well, whatever, you know, you can still cruise and go fast, etc. So a very different car, very interesting. One other thing I'd like to point out in case you've never seen one, this is the Charger For the battery, you'll notice it's basically a nothing than a different tender, but very cool, very different. For those of you that have never seen it, something cool to kind of see, and it plugs right back here via a magnetic strip. No different than a Ferrari or anything else. Very, very cool, very easy, so something just to consider. Design-wise, this is probably one of the prettiest cars that has been here in my personal collection. Very classy, very minimalistic, yet absolutely striking all around. The entire car has been PPF corrected, just so there were a couple of PPF areas that were done that needed to get trimmed and redone. But overall, the car is now here, functional, and once we put the wheels on it with the new tires, we'll feel much better, at least picking it up, getting it on the highway at the 100+ range, and really seeing how exciting the acceleration is, etc. So we're gonna head out, we're gonna go to my favorite shop, Excel Auto, down the street, Excel Racing, I should say. And then once we're over there, we're going to take a look at them putting on these HREs on it, and we will have a really exciting time together discovering the Chiron on HREs. Ready? Let's go. Guys, so here we are at Excel Racing, and right here is the Bugatti. We are going to see shortly what it looks like with these incredible HRE wheels right here. So these are black chrome, gloss dark clear, I don't know what the fuck they call them, but spectacular wheels. You see these red HREs are going to be turned blue later, but for now we are going to basically swap with these brand new Michelin's Pilot Sport PS4s on there. It is an exciting time to get these on the car and see how hot this car actually is going to come out. So I hope you're excited. Give it 2 more minutes and we're about to see this car right here transform. All right, guys, so there you have it. The Chiron is now done. HRE P103 in what they call polished dark clear, so giving it a black chrome look. And of course, the car is dirty, does not have tire shine for that ultimate final finish, but you're really getting a good glimpse of why it matters. I want to point out that if we take a look right here at the offset of the wheel itself and how well it's done, right here when we're taking a look here, you can truly see how much bulkier that rear tire is and how much it sticks out, giving the car a much meatier look, even the same exact size tire, even a smaller tire, because I would argue these are PS4s and they're not Pilot Sport Cup 2s, but you're getting a really exciting contour and design, and I think that's what really makes the difference between doing a wheel and just saying, well, the factory stuff's good enough. It's not just about the design of the wheel, it's also about the fitment and the width coming out a little bit more, giving the car a much more prestigious and, more importantly, expensive look, because this is a beautiful car and it needs a beautiful wheel to complement that design. And also, one of the main reasons I didn't want to do a black wheel, because most imbeciles will say, well, you should have just done black and black and black. Black wheels lose their luster and they lose the way light shines on them. So basically you don't get to see the curves of the wheels. You don't get to see these beautiful edges and so on and so forth. It all blends in together. So here we have something different, something exclusive. And with the grayish kind of dark polish, you're matching the grayish Dove interior. So it just flows really, really well. As we noted before, these HRE things will either be turned blue or black, whatever it takes to kind of give the car a cleaner look. But otherwise, that is it. So there you have it for another video. Again, if you want to learn how to get in and out of exotic cars without losing any money, take the free training in the description. Make sure you like, turn on notifications, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, do you love the Chiron now, or was it better stock? Love to hear your opinion. I'll catch you guys next time in another Exotic RX video.